Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to have a go at the Peacock. So I'm going to start with this whole tail area because that's the hardest part of the whole thing. And I've been thinking about how to do it. The quickest way of doing it, sort of thing. Easiest way of doing it. And I think I'm just going to pick out these pieces and stick them onto the parchment paper and then filter the darker areas behind, if that makes sense. So over I go with my bit of parchment, and what I have done is I have made a collage of all my scrap greens in the right sort of tones, and stuck them all together so that I've now got a piece that I can now cut out my bits with. I'm going to have some plain and some multi-coloured. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and just draw around. I've got a dead fly on me. Draw around here. There we go. And then I'm going to peel it straight off of there. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to look to see where we are. I'm just going to use it. What I do is I do a few of these, and then I'll maybe fast forward it all. So you haven't got to watch me cutting all of these out, because this is obviously going to be the slowest part of the whole thing, just cutting these out. So that's the first one. So that goes in there. And then what I will do is once I've got a few of them, I'll then thread, not this top piece here, I should probably draw around and cut it in one piece, and then all the gaps that I've got I'm going to then put some darker green behind it, like in the picture. Okay, so let's do the next one. There we go. Sorry, I've got a puppy in here who's decided to cry. I'm just going to let her out. Right, okay, so I'm now going to put a plain one in. There we go. This is what I'm going to use for my plain, slightly metallic-y. Pretty cool from my Peacock. There we go. I've also used it in this as well, so it's going to be coming through all of it. So I'll reach over all the time. So I'm just going to use this one plain colour and then the collaged mixed pieces, nothing else for this particular tail bit. Obviously the dark areas in between as well, and I'm just going to use a plain dark because you're not going to pick up on much of that anyway. Because I'm going to literally tuck the dark areas underneath this, I do just need to make sure I'm not using any particularly thin fabrics, otherwise it will show through. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to fast forward it a bit for you, so you haven't got to watch me tediously cutting all of these out. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm just going to tuck the other colour behind. Alright then, bye. Okay, so we're back. I've stuck all of my scaly bits on. And now I'm going to think about behind these. So what I thought I'm going to do is just gently lift them slightly and start building up with smaller pieces of dark green that I've got and see if that works. It should do, I think, and as we get it more together, it'll become easier because it'll kind of stick together. I'm not worrying too much about my edge at this stage. I'm going to just let everything slide over there. I can always trim it up if I want to, or I can make my edge, this edge that's coming down here with this colour, go over the top of it. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just slide this under and just gradually build it up. Where have we got my green? Here's my green. It's a bit of tatty old green, it's got bits on it and all sorts, but most of it you're not going to see anyway. Once it starts sticking, it's easier because you've got more to kind of hold on to, if you see what I mean. Doesn't matter if it overlaps a bit. Just try and put that down a bit so it just covers into there as well. Put it right in. Okay. I'm not going to make these too big because actually the bigger they are the more fiddly it actually becomes because you're trying to pull up too much at this one time. So probably even smaller than this would work better. Just cut that in half. None of these I'm completely pulling off, I'm just pulling up, sticking down. I just use the end of my scissors just to push bits under. Use tweezers if you prefer. But the more kit I've got, the more I lose it, so I'll keep it to a bare minimum. Nice dog hair on there. And you see, you don't see the joins in the background, so it's just going to kind of look like one continuous piece because I'm using the same colour all the way through. I've dropped under that's the line of my picture, I've dropped under that because I want to be able to stretch it around a frame. If you're quilting it you don't need to, you can just go up to that spot. Pulled that one off, so I might as well just use the space and then put it back in again. Okay, so it's filling pretty quickly. Once you've got fair bit stuck down, it actually becomes easier because you can you're not going to lose bits. Bits are not going to fall off you, just got to think about the bits that are not stuck to anything else, rather than having to fit all these bits are all stuck together now, so it's easier to pull them up as one whole piece. I noticed it looks as though I'm kind of got the iron on my thumb, but I haven't. It's got a little recess underneath it. I'm not burning myself all the time. So I can now pull this bit up because it's stuck to the other bit. See? Got a slightly thicker piece there, so I'm just holding on a little bit longer. I use Wonder Web over here in the UK. Love it. There you have to iron everything, and it's not quite so repositionable as steamer seam. Stitches up really well. And it gives a really nice flat appearance as well. I've never used steam seam, so I can't say there's anything wrong with it. But it's just way too expensive over here in the UK to buy with the volume that I use. So I'm just drawing around this edge so that I get the correct edge there. So it could be easier on those outside bit. Just to have a nice sharp line. Okay, so that should just slide in there. Just stick a bit of dark stuff across there, you'll notice. So if we can peel that back, just put a bit of heat on it. It's the easiest way to peel it back. There we go. Just crease that up there, just put it out. There we go. It's because it's still a bit warm. Holding its shape. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to fast forward it again so you haven't got to watch all this. A bit boring. And then I'll just give you a quick look at it for this session before I go on to something else. Okay, so here it is, all finished, that part anyway. It was quite tedious, but you know, you've got to break eggs to make an omelette. And in the end, I'm sure it'll look fab. Many a project I've not enjoyed parts of it, and then once you get it all together, it looks pretty amazing. And I'm kind of imagining it as a whole, and I think it will be worth all the tediousness of putting these bits together. There's nothing too tricky here, it's just a bit fiddly and boring. But on to the next bit. I'm going to do the neck, I think, next, because that's quite a nice easy bit. And then that will tidy up this line as well, which will make all the difference. And then I've got to think about circles. I probably think I'll cut out whole circles and stick on top of each other, but we'll see. Alright, bye for now.